another Mr. All About My Biz. Yo, I'm still out here handling my biz so I can take care of my future kids, man. You already know what time it is, man. It's time for another episode of the Champions Lounge with your man, Kyle Turner, man. Listen, I need you guys, as always, to like, comment, and share this with everybody, and I mean everybody. Go to the YouTube channel that is the Champions Lounge, where you'll get exclusive content each and every solitary week. Also, follow us on IG as well at _champions_lounge, because we're going to make sure we give you that barbershop talk, baby, but make sure you leave with that Champions walk, all right? So listen, man, the topic of discussion for the show is turning the page. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Y'all sit, ponder, and marinate on that for a little bit, and make sure y'all stay and stick around for the championship speech of the week, man. So listen, if you're new to the show, you're new to the product that is the Champions Lounge, let me go ahead and give you the rundown on how we get down and how we get busy on TCL, all right? So listen, we get first things first. We got the opening tip. We got the b-ball bouncing as we go around the National Basketball Association, right? Then we turn and move the chains down the sideline with the NFL, right? Then we also give you the trivia question of the day. We got my favorite part of the show with Stop Playing. And then we end things off with the championship speech of the week to get you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically prepared to be fearless, focused, and ferocious for the week to come, and get you all psyched up and ready to go, and make sure you run through a wall on the championship speech of the week, man. So listen, also, y'all like the merch? I like the merch, all right? So listen, go to the Etsy store. I'm gonna provide at the end on the show notes, okay? Get you guys the Champions Lounge hoodie, all right? It's $30. Make sure y'all support your brother, okay? It's Black History Month. Gotta make sure you support small black business, all right? Just a little plug, okay? Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe. Also, make sure you support the Champions Lounge, but go ahead and get you some merch, okay? Make sure you champion this thing called life, all right? All right, enough of the fluff, y'all. Let's get into the stuff. Let's get right into the opening tip. So, all right, y'all, with the opening tip, we got the basketball, it got the b-ball bouncing, we got the National Basketball Association. We're going to cover some news. We got the trade deadline, which was mad crazy, okay? We had so many different things going on with the trade deadline this year, more than past years. I mean, the last couple of years have been real blah. Nothing's really been going on. It's been mad whack. Nobody's really been traded of essence anyway. But this trade deadline, it's a little different. We got KD on his way to the Valley of the Sun, finding his way to Phoenix. He's finally getting what he wants out of Brooklyn. So my man KD, I don't know about he's my man like that, because I still got a vendetta against him for leaving OKC about 5 years ago. So matter of fact, forget you, KD. You know what? I hope things don't go well in Phoenix. But all you do, and all you are really to me, is like a manager and a supervisor that goes to a construction site and just come there when everything's all done. That's what you've been doing lately. Anytime, the last couple of years, you go to Golden State, you team up with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, and you get you a couple of championships. But hey, you can't go ahead and make it happen with Kyrie. I'm just saying. Now you want to go to Phoenix, you want to team up with Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Ayton, and yo, we got a chance to win a championship. I don't know, man. You're turning into LeBron a little bit with this whole trying to form super teams. I'm just saying. That's just me. I'm sorry, I got a little long-winded there. All right, but KD on his way to the Valley of the Sun to team up with Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Ayton. Him, along with TJ Warren, moved to Phoenix. We got Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, 3 first-round picks, 3 pick swaps on the way to Brooklyn. And, you know, Kyrie also finding his way out of Brooklyn as well. Kyrie gets shipped out to Dallas to team up with Luka the Don. Crazy. Kyrie, Luka together with Jason Kidd. Yo, that tandem, something fierce, right? Kyrie on his way to Dallas along with Markieff Morris. They get traded to Dallas. Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, and a couple of first-round picks on the way to Brooklyn as well. Yo, trade deadline was bonkers this year, okay? We're going to go ahead and unpack the Brooklyn situation, how everything has imploded over the last almost year and a half. James Harden finds his way to Philly. Ben Simmons to Brooklyn. Now you got a lineup where Ben Simmons is your primary guy out of the trades that you made over the last 2 years. I'm sorry, Brooklyn. You lost. You lost. You lost, okay? I'm sorry. You thought you were going to beat the Knicks. Knicks looking a little bit better than y'all right now. Just saying. Anyway, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson in Brooklyn, Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean, not taking anything away from Brooklyn, but they got a nice little squad now. You got Nicholas Claxton, you got Spencer Dinwiddie, you got Dorian Finney-Smith, you got Cam Johnson, you got Mikal Bridges, you got Seth Curry, Joe Harris. You got a nice formidable team in the East, but I don't think y'all going to contend, though. I'm just saying. All right, let's unpack some more of the trade deadline as well. But listen, how everything just exploded in Brooklyn. You got Kyrie, KD, and James Harden, three of the most prolific scorers in NBA history, and y'all can't get it done. That's a shame, man. I'm sorry. It's a shame. Y'all couldn't get it together because the front office just couldn't make it happen for them. Hey. Which you didn't have to, I mean, come on, really? You got three of the top scorers in NBA history, and you guys only play a combined 15 games together. It's horrible. Brooklyn, y'all Brooklyn fans, I'm sorry. I know y'all crying. I know y'all got the Michael Jordan meme going on right now with the tears. I'm sorry. But I don't know what y'all going to do over the next couple of years. Mikal Bridges is a nice get, but he ain't KD. I'm just saying. Anyway, I digress. Let's move on with the trade deadline. We got a couple of trades. Milwaukee gets Jay Crowder. George Hill finds his way to Indiana along with Serge Ibaka, Jordan Nora. It was a 4-team trade with the Suns, Nets, Bucks, and Pacers in this 4-team trade where Jay Crowder goes to Milwaukee, George Hill, Serge Ibaka, Jordan Nora, 3 future second-round picks on the way to the Pacers. Serge Ibaka was let go by the Pacers after that, okay? Clippers and Plumlee from Charlotte. They get the Hornets traded for Reggie Jackson, who they then bought out. Reggie Jackson's on his way to Denver now as their backup point guard. Bigger trade that happened. The Lakers finally let go of Russell Westbrook. All y'all Lakers fans, I know y'all happy, right? No more Westbrook. No more different things that y'all were called. First of all, let me say this, okay? Russell Westbrook was one of my favorite players until he started wanting to wear skirts, okay? Once he started wanting to wear skirts, that's where everything went sideways for you, bro. I'm just saying. You were the Brody, and then you wanted to try to be the lady. I don't know why you wanted to do that, though. I know you're a Fashion Nova and all that stuff, but you can't be out here trying to go the whole Travis Scott route and just want to wear skirts, bro. No, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. I know you in LA, you in Hollywood, you want to kind of mix in with the crowd, but Russ, it didn't work out for you because your game went down ever since. I'm just saying. Russ on his way to Utah in the trade where the Lakers trade for D'Angelo Russell. The Minnesota Timberwolves get Mike Conley out of the deal as well. Now the Lakers got a nice little package of guys, right? They got D'Lo, Malik Beasley, and Jarrett Vanderbilt coming from the Utah Jazz in this trade. They also got Mo Bamba from the Magic, and they traded and got rid of Pat Bev, who then got ultimately bought out by the Orlando Magic. He's finding his way to his hometown, the Chi-Town. He's going to be the point guard, the backup point guard for the Chicago Bulls now. But Russell Westbrook then would get bought out by the Utah Jazz, and now he's finding his way to team up with Paul George again and Kawhi Leonard. We got to see how this works out with the Clippers and Russell Westbrook. I ain't going to lie to you. If this don't work out with the Clippers, we may see Russell Westbrook find his way out the NBA, just like we done found Carmelo Anthony out the NBA. Just saying, this might be his last chance, okay? The Clippers also got Bones Highland in a separate trade with the Denver Nuggets as well. So got a nice little formidable point guard rotation now with the Clippers after getting rid of Reggie Jackson. And they also got rid of John Wall, who's found his way to Houston. And now he's also bought out. They got Eric Gordon out of the deal as well. The Trailblazers traded Josh Hart before their game for Cam Reddish of the New York Knicks. Now Josh Hart is reunited with his Villanova buddy and Jalen Brunson. Okay. Also, a couple of more trades that went down. Luke Kennard is finding his way to Memphis in a 3-team trade. As I aforementioned, Eric Gordon, 3 future second-round picks, John Wall, Danny Green, protected pick swap going to the Clippers in a Rockets deal. The Houston Rockets get John Wall, Danny Green, who they both have been bought out now. Luke Kennard finding his way to Memphis in the deal as well. The Pelicans trade for Josh Richardson. They get him, and they trade Devontae Graham for 4 second-round picks in the trade. The Golden State Warriors also traded James Wiseman, their coveted number 2 pick a couple of years ago. The same draft where they could have got LaMelo Ball, but they decided to go with the unproven big man out of Memphis. Now the Detroit Pistons are going to have James Wiseman. The Warriors get Gary Payton the second back, and with 3 future second-round picks. Also, it's a 4-team trade where Sadiq Bey is finding his way to the Atlanta Hawks. Kevin Knox is finding his way to the Trailblazers, and the Trailblazers get 5 future second-round picks. Also, just to kind of sum up the trade deadline, really crazy trade deadline. What team benefited the most out of the trade that they made? Listen, y'all leave all that in the show notes, and we'll be sure to unpack all of that on next week's show. Also, I want to also say in the buyout market, we got Terrence Ross, the boss, going from the Orlando Magic to the Valley of the Sun as well. Listen, Phoenix still got a nice little nucleus, really top heavy, but you got Cam Payne, you got Terrence Ross, you got Damian Lee, you got a couple of guys with the Phoenix Suns. They can probably go 8-9 deep and maybe make a run in the playoffs. So we'll be sure to pay attention to that. Actually, also, Kevin Love bought out from the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's finding his way to South Beach to team up with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo with the Miami Heat and Tyler Hero. We'll see how that works out in Miami as well as they make a run in the Eastern Conference. All right, let's switch gears real quick. We talked a lot right there about the trade deadline, but there's a couple of duos that have been forming after these trades, right? I mentioned before, we got KD and Devin Booker. We got Kyrie and Luka teaming up. We got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum in Boston. We got Giannis and Drew Holiday in Milwaukee. We got LeBron and AD with the Lakers. We got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard with the Clippers. We got a lot of duos, again, almost similar to the 90s and the 2000s, right? But I got a question, y'all. Which duo would you love to see win the NBA championship this year? I mean, it's a plethora of duos now in the NBA. It's going a little bit away from the big 3 in a sense, but still, I mean, you got KD, Devin Booker, like I said, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James. Whenever they're both healthy, they probably could be the best duo in the NBA, and that's a lot for me to say that. Y'all already know how I feel about LeBron, but I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be better. I'm working on myself. I'm working on myself and being able to give a little bit more respect to LeBron. I'm trying. Y'all gotta give me credit for making an effort, okay? I'm just saying. Anyway, you got Drew Holiday and Giannis in Milwaukee. You got the Clippers with Paul George and Kawhi when they're both healthy. They've made a run in the Western Conference now. I believe they're 4th or 5th at this present time. You got Kyrie and Luka. You got to see how this all forms out as well. If I had a list, though, these would be my top 3 duos in the NBA right now, okay? Right now, if everything went well, everybody's healthy, I got Giannis. No, I'm sorry, scratch that. I got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum at number 3. I got Giannis and Drew Holiday at number 2. And a healthy LeBron and a healthy AD probably would be my top duo in the NBA if both of them are healthy. I mean, the things that LeBron is doing at 38, and this is not me being a bandwagon LeBron James fan. I'm just saying. I'm stating the facts right now. The facts are the facts. My man is 38 years old, averaging 28 numbers a game. He's now the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. Gotta give him a little bit of roses, right? I'm just saying. But LeBron and AD probably would be the most formidable, almost unstoppable duo in the NBA. No disrespect to Joel Embiid and James Harden with the Philadelphia 76ers. But, I mean, Drew Holiday and Giannis, when they're clicking on all cylinders, nobody can stop Giannis. Nobody can stop Giannis. Giannis is the only person that can stop Giannis because he can't hit free throws. I guess Shaq was right, where Giannis is pretty much him now because Giannis can't make free throws. All you're going to do is drive, give you the Euro step, and dunk on you. That's it. But nobody can stop him. All right? Also, we got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum in Boston. I mean, that 1-2 combo, nobody can stop it. It's like the best two-piece combo, almost better than KFC. You know, I'm just saying. Both of them can get it done any night, anytime. Both of them can shut you down on the wing. Jason Tatum will get you buckets. Jaylen Brown will go ham whenever called upon. Those probably, to me, will be my top 3 duos in the NBA. What say you? What top 3 duo would you feel like is the best in the NBA? And which duo would you love to see win an NBA championship this year? Let your chill brother from another know. Leave it in the show notes, and we'll be sure to talk about that on next week's show as well. All right. Also, we're going to go ahead and wrap up All-Star Weekend. We had a crazy All-Star Weekend in Salt Lake City. Damian Lillard ended up winning the three-point contest. Mr. Dame Time said, let me go ahead and check my watch, make sure I can get this three-point contest championship because I probably won't win a championship in Portland. Did I say that out loud? Sorry. I'm sorry. You might be loyal to Portland, and Rip City might be your home, Dame, but this team ain't going nowhere. Just saying. So go ahead and put that with your other plaques and the All-Star appearances as well, but I don't see you winning a championship in Portland. Just saying. Anyway, Team Giannis beat Team LeBron in the All-Star game. Jason Tatum went crazy with 55 on the same night that he debuted his Jordan Brand, his first Jordan Brand shoe. My man went crazy. He wanted to go ahead and pay homage to the great one after he turned 60 that weekend. Also, you know, Mac McClung brung the dunk contest back. My man went crazy. Almost all 50s across the board, and every single time almost had the same excitement as the dunk contest of the past. You know, you had Nate Robinson, you had Dwight Howard, you had those guys kind of bringing it into some type of notoriety. Also, the Zach LaVines of the world, the Aaron Gordons, who got robbed a couple of times in the dunk contest. But I'm sorry, Aaron. AJ, you should have won one. At least one. I'm just saying. You should have at least won one. I see why you don't want to be in there anymore moving forward. But Mac McClung put on his cape, said, listen, I'm going to go back to my viral high school days and put on a show. And my man went crazy. So you got to give him credit. My man went from G League to signing with the Sixers to signing a shoe deal with Puma to winning the NBA dunk contest all in one weekend. Yo, bro, you can't get a better weekend than that. You get paid, you get a shoe deal, you get on an NBA roster all at the same time, and you win the dunk contest. Can't get no better than that, man. That's the good life. Yo, congrats to Mac McClung for putting on a great show in Salt Lake City. Listen, y'all, we're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we got the Black History Month trivia question of the day, and then we're going to go ahead and move the chains from around the NFL. Y'all don't touch that dial. Y'all make sure y'all come on back on the other side. This is the Champion Sounds, baby. What's going on, good people, man? We just moving and grooving, man. We just getting a little live in here, you know what I'm saying? Yo, y'all already know what it is. It's your chill brother from another Mr. All About My Biz content, man. We got more what you came here for right here on TCL. We're glad, listen, I'm so glad y'all gave and went ahead and got on this ride with your brother, man. Listen, I appreciate your continued support. Yo, We jumped up about 8 or 9 subscribers last week. Let's go ahead and keep building that number up some more, okay? So I need you guys to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That is the Champions Lounge, man. I need you guys to also follow your brother on IG as well at _champions_lounge, because we're gonna make sure we give you that barbershop talk, but make sure you leave with that Champions walk. Y'all see I got the merch. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all know what to do, okay? I'm gonna leave the store at the end of the show notes. I need you guys to go ahead and support your brother, okay? Help a brother. Help a brother out. Make sure I help you guys out as well, okay? $30, please support the brand that is TCL, because we ain't regular. We going from good to great to elite right here on TCL. All right, so listen, man. It's that time of the show where we go ahead and give homage. And this is Black History Month, so we can't go forward without paying respects and homage to the past. And with all that being said, it's time for the trivia question of the day. So family, we got the trivia question of the day. And like I said, this is Black History Month, and we give homage, respect, and honor to the ancestors that paved the way, especially since we're talking about sports, basketball, football, baseball, etc. We give homage and respect to all those guys, as well, the Jackie Robinsons of the world. The list goes on and on. So with that being said, let's give you the trivia question of the day, all right? Name the first 3 African Americans in NBA history. Name their impact on and off the floor as well. Again, name the first 3 African Americans in NBA history, their impact on and off the floor. Let you guys sit, ponder, and marinate on that, and we'll be sure to give you the answer to the trivia question of the day before we get into Stop Playing. All right, so listen, y'all, it's that time of the show where we're going down the sideline. You better make sure you don't drop the dime. Make sure you go ahead and grab the pass in the end zone, the highlight reel pass in the end zone. It's time for y'all and for us to move the chains. So y'all, we got moving the chains. The NFL season has come to a close. Super Bowl 57 is in the books. We had the Kansas City Chiefs on one side. We had the Philadelphia Eagles on another side. Before the game, I had the Eagles taking it. Looked like they had all momentum on their side. But the Kansas City Chiefs came out on top in a very exciting Super Bowl 57, 38-35. Listen, man, Jalen Hurts earned his keeps in this game, man. 300 yards, had 4 touchdowns. My man was not shining away from the limelight at all. Listen, he gave everything he got in this game. But when you got Pat Mahomes on the other side, pretty much Mr. Jordan-esque of the football field, it's only but so much you can do, especially when you got his Robin of Travis Kelce getting it done as well. Yo, ain't nothing really you can do about it. Kansas City Chiefs came out on top, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I don't know what type of Michael's secret stuff he had in the locker room to make sure his high ankle sprain was cool, because my man was limping favorably on that high ankle sprain that he suffered a couple of weeks ago in the AFC divisional game against the Jaguars. My man re-injured the ankle. My man pretty much hopped to the locker room, but when he came out, my man came out running like Forrest Gump when he got off them, got his legs right. Okay, that's how Pat Mahomes came out running in the second half. I mean, seriously, that's honestly, if my man high ankle sprain on the turf and you running off free and stuff like that, I don't know. That's some cat. That's cat. Something might happen. Something happened in the locker room. Trainer like, yo, I gotta shoot him up, coach. What you want me to do? I mean, we gotta win the championship. Honestly, when there's a will, there's a way, and honestly, there was a will and a way for Pat Mahomes to come out in the second half and look like he was 100%, because the Kansas City Chiefs made sure they got it done and got Super Bowl championship number 2. But all this GOAT talk about Pat Mahomes, can y'all chill out with all that? My man still got time. Once he gets to maybe 4 or 5 championships, then maybe we can talk about the greatest of all time. But y'all trying to give him the platform and the throne a little too soon. Just saying. That's just my 2 cents on that. But right now, the Kansas City Chiefs are the eyes-on favorite to repeat as champions right now. They got the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, and the Philadelphia Eagles all within that top 3 on the odds-on favorites to win Super Bowl 58. But what say you? Who do you feel like are the odds-on favorites to win Super Bowl 58? Let your chill brother from another know what's up. We'll be sure to talk about that on next week's show. We're going to stay in the AFC West. We're going to talk about a car that has left the lot. Derek Carr finding his way out of Las Vegas. He's no longer the quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders. And it's a shame, man. Y'all go ahead and trade for his best friend. Then y'all go ahead and break up the best friend reunion after a year. That's some real messed up stuff. I can't get down with that. I mean, it wasn't all his fault that Josh McDaniels don't know how to call any plays. All he wants is first and second reads, and that's all he wants. He don't go about the third and the fourth progression. He first, second read, get the ball out. It don't work like that all the time, okay? Derek Carr, he's better when I got all my reads. And honestly, this was a better unified team when Rich Bisaccia was their head coach. Just saying. But sometimes the owners, they think they're more smarter than, everyone else. But it didn't work out too well for you, Las Vegas, in this. Mark Davis, you should have kept Rich Bisaccia. Anyway, I digress. Derek Carr is now a free agent. He's now been released by the Vegas Raiders. But I want to play a little game called quarterback carousel. Y'all know, you go to the carnival and you got the little, the horses going around and everything. Quarterback carousel. Let's play the game real quick, okay? The top quarterback predictions of this all season. Who's going where? Who do I feel like is going where and why, okay? So we got all these rumors about Aaron Rodgers possibly leaving Green Bay, Lamar Jackson possibly leaving the Baltimore Ravens. You got Jimmy Garoppolo, Derek Carr, Daniel Jones, Derek Carr, as I aforementioned, Daniel Jones, and Geno Smith. All the top tier quarterbacks that could be finding their way out of their former homes. Listen, this is what I got, okay? I feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to find his way to the New York Jets. It's almost similar to Brett Favre a couple of years before that. Well, over a couple of years, been almost 2 decades to be exact, where Brett Favre with Green Bay forever, and then they finally traded him to the New York Jets. Again, history seems like it's going to repeat itself again with Aaron Rodgers finding his way to the Big Apple and the Green Bay Packers finally seeing what they have in Jordan Love. Jimmy G coming off an injury-riddled season with the San Francisco 49ers, who they've been trying to see whether or not they wanted to let him go. Now Jimmy G is free to go, and I think he finds his way to the nation's capital to sign with the Washington Commanders. Now listen, Taylor Heinicke, I like him. He got that dog in him. I respect that. But he's a guy, but he's not the guy. And Jimmy G, he's not the guy either, but he's a better guy than Heinicke. And I feel like the Washington Commanders can possibly make a more effective run in the NFC East with Jimmy G as their quarterback. He's a proven winner. He can get it done. He won't turn the ball over. And I think Washington will benefit off of maybe a year or 2 with Jimmy G under center. Derek Carr, we talked about him to begin all of this. I think he finds his way to Tampa Bay to be the predecessor to Tom Brady. Now, Tampa Bay doesn't have nobody lined up to succeed or be a successor to Tom Brady. Derek Carr will be a nice get for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we'll see how that all plays itself out. I think Derek Carr finds his way to Tampa Bay. We talked about Lamar Jackson, and just imagine with me, okay? Michael Vick, 2001. Lamar Jackson, 2023. Mike Vick 2.0, in the Dirty South, in the A. I mean, seriously, you got Lamar Jackson, you got Kyle Pitts, you got Drake London. Yo, just everything you need. Now, all Atlanta would need is a more certified or even middle of the road defense in the NFC South with nobody really, proven head and shoulders that they'll be able to win the division. Lamar Jackson could find his way to Atlanta. All right, Daniel Jones, my man won $45 million. Where Chris Tucker at? $50 million? No. $45 million? Bro, you're not worth that. Stop playing yourself. Somebody lied to you. Why your agent lying to you? You're not worth that, okay? Daniel Jones, one solid year with the Giants, $45 million. The only team that could be desperate enough for him would be, I think, the Miami Dolphins, but I also think it could be the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis Colts, they got a high draft pick, but if they want to go the route of getting a proven commodity, then you might want to maybe see and kick the tires on maybe seeing if Daniel Jones could be available. I mean, the Indianapolis Colts have a lot of different needs, but bringing in a guy like Daniel Jones might make some sense. Also, Geno Smith, quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, the same guy that said, hey, they wrote me off, but I didn't write back. Yo, that was the bar of 2022. I'm trying to tell you, from quarterback perspective. Geno Smith, I feel like he comes back to Seattle, plays a couple more years. They find their quarterback of the future. But my man goes ahead and gets his payday real quick with Seattle. That's just my take. What say you? What are your predictions? Who's going where with the NFL all season and free agency about to pop off? But we'll be sure to talk about that on next week's show as well. Leave your comments in the show notes and we'll talk about that on next week's show. All right. Listen, to end things for moving the chains, we talked about the Chiefs to begin everything, and we're going to talk about the Chiefs to end this side of moving the chains. Eric Bienenemy going from KC to DC, the OC of the defending NFL champions, finding his way to Washington to team up with Ron Rivera. He's going to be the assistant coach as well as the offensive coordinator as well with the Commanders. I mean, honestly, this is a move that Eric Bienenemy had to make. Over the last couple of years, my man has been tied to rumors of possibly being an NFL head coach. And with the NFL head coaching, especially with African Americans being honestly at an all-time low, you only got Mike Tomlin with the Pittsburgh Steelers as the predominant African American head coach in the NFL right now. Well, alongside now newly head coach DeMeco Ryans of the Houston Texans. Just two African Americans as head coaches in the NFL right now. That's a crying shame. That's a topic for another day. But the assistant head coach now is Eric Bienenemy for the Washington Commanders. And he comes out of the shadow of Andy Reid, where honestly, Andy Reid gets the moniker of being this offensive genius. But now we'll see if really Eric Bienenemy has been the offensive genius all along and Andy Reid has gotten the credit. We'll see. We'll see how he handles the transition from KC to DC and if Eric Bienenemy either sinks or swims with the Washington Commanders. Listen, what do you feel like? What's your take on Eric Bienenemy, now the assistant head coach / OC of the Washington Commanders? Leave your comments in the show notes and we'll talk about that on next week's show as well. Listen, y'all, we're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we're going to give you the answer to the trivia question of the day, and then we're going to go into one of my favorite parts of the show with Stop Playing, where we give you the good, the bad, and the funny from the week that was in the world of sports. Don't go anywhere. We got more of what you came here for on the other side. This is the Champion Sounds, baby. And welcome back inside the Champions Lounge with your man, Kyle Tournament. Listen, I'm just out here trying to handle my biz so I can take care of my future kids, man. Listen, I'm so happy that you guys decided to ride this thing out with me once again. It's been a great couple of weeks in regards to TCL. We've been building this thing up brick by brick, more subscribers on YouTube. We've doubled in our size in regards to subscribers on YouTube. Also, more followers on IG. Listen, I can't wait to see how we build this thing up day by day, week by week, moving forward, man. Listen, y'all continued support is what makes TCL that much more profitable to me. And I appreciate it. All right, so listen, I need you guys to subscribe to the YouTube channel that is the Champions Lounge. Also, make sure you go ahead and follow us on IG at _champions_lounge, because we're going to make sure we give you that barbershop talk, but make sure you leave with that champion's walk. We're going to make sure you're fearless, focused, and ferocious, because, yo, we got a great work to do, because we ain't regular. You dig? All right, listen, y'all. We going to give you the trivia question of the day, and we had to pay homage. It is Black History Month, to our forefathers that came and paved the way for us to be able to have this platform like this, man. You know, when you think about sports anchors and different things like that, you don't predominantly think about African Americans first. You know, you think about the Stuart Scotts of the world. You know, you think about guys like that who paved the way for guys like me to have this particular platform, all right? So we give homage to these guys. Let me give you the answer to the trivia question of the day right now. Name the first three African Americans in NBA history. And those guys were Earl Lloyd, Mr. Cooper, and Nat Clifton. Charles Cooper, pardon me. They were drafted. Charles Cooper was drafted by the Boston Celtics back in 1954, 14th overall. Earl Lloyd was drafted early on in NBA as well. He was the first African-American head coach, full-time head coach. Now, Bill Russell and Lenny Wilkins, they were coaches as well as players. They were player coaches. Earl Lloyd was the first African-American to be a head coach in NBA history. He had a short NBA career. Most of these guys started their NBA career around 27 to 28 years old. This was the 1950s, though. All right. Nate Clifton was drafted by the New York Knicks. He made his lone All-Star appearance at the age of 34. He got to the NBA at 28. He played a couple of years with the New York Knicks. He averaged 13 points per game, 8.5 rebounds as well. These three paved the way for guys like Elgin Baylor and the infamous Wilt Chamberlain to be able to have the success that they were able to have in the NBA. And most of the time, these African Americans were asked to do what pretty much athletes were supposed to do in these 1950s. Grab rebounds, play some defense, and make sure you pass the ball. They weren't expected to score the basketball. Now we look at the NBA, and 80% of the NBA is African Americans from 100 different countries. So we salute Earl Lloyd, Charles Cooper, and Nate Sweetwater Clifton for paving the way for young brothers like us to be able to enjoy the game of basketball. All right, listen, y'all, we're going to go ahead and transition from here. I'm going to give you the time of the show, where we give you the good, the bad, and the funny from the week that was in the world of sports. It's time for y'all. Yo, stop playing. So, y'all, we got to stop playing, man. We give you the good, the bad, the funny from the week that was in the world of sports. So let's get into it, all right? Let's go to number 5. Number 5, we go to NBA All-Star Weekend. Kevin Huerter, you know, Red Velvet, got the headband for the Sacramento Kings. He was in the three-point contest, and man had a bad night. Usually 8 is the number of new beginnings, but I think Kevin Huerter might want to start from scratch and really get things going in the three-point contest, because 8 is the number that he ended up scoring in the three-point contest. That ain't good. Kevin Huerter, bro, come on, bro. Stop playing. All right, let's go to number 4. Number 4, the refs missed the call in the final moments of the Super Bowl, y'all. I mean, we all talk about James Bradbury holding Juju Smith-Schuster in the waning moments of Super Bowl 57. But there was another play that was missed by the refs. And listen, this is on the cusp of the same weekend where Roger Goodell said, yo, the officiating is the best that has ever been in NFL history. Come on, man, that's cap. Stop playing yourself. Obviously, on this play, the refs were a little blind.
Mahomes, pressure, lofting one, end zone incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster couldn't catch up. There's a flag at the 10. Hang on, there's a penalty.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 24, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Yeah, that's worst case scenario. You'll see James Bradbury, they're going to say he grabs him. He's got his left hand on his back. I don't know. Mike, listen, I think on this stage, I think you let him play. Obviously, Mahomes thought he saw it. I think you let him play, finish this thing out. I don't love that call, Mike.
I mean, I think you got to see the whole thing. It seemed to me at the initial break, he grabbed the back of the jersey and pulled it. If we see that, I think that is a hold.
Now the Chiefs can essentially run it down to the field goal try. And McKinnon, see what he decides to do here.
Yeah, he's got to get down. He's got to get down. Yeah, I mean, let's go back to this penalty. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Mike. He's trying to run a little whip route, sell the shallow cross. I know he's got that right hand. I get it. I just think in this moment, oh man, that is
where we're at.
Yeah, you're going to see it. It's going to come at the top of the screen. This is Juju. He's going to come in motion, and he's just going to try to run a little whip route, sell the shallow cross, and then peel back out. See James Bradbury. I mean, to me, it looks like he's in good position. I know right now Philadelphia fans are losing their minds, and Kansas City fans are screaming at me.
I mean, if you wanted Pat Mahomes to win, you didn't have to allow it to happen like this. You missed the call, Blue. Come on, Blue. Stop playing. All right? Refs, get it together. Let's go to number 3. Number 3, same game, Super Bowl 57, Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith, he ain't that big of a receiver, okay? You know, come from Alabama. But early on, Devontae Smith, he gets blown up here by this KC defender, and he lets him know, look, I'm here, and I'm ready to lay the lumber.
Hurts with time over the middle. There's Smith. He's got a first down. It gets jacked out of bounds across the 40, but not before converting a 12-yard gain to Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith, you 5'7", 5'8", maybe $170. What you doing trying to lower the boom on this guy that's about 6 foot, 230? Devontae Smith, yo, stop playing. You had no business trying to lay the hit stick, and honestly, you the one that got hit with the hit stick on this play. Yo, stop playing. Let's go to number 2. Number 2 on stop playing, Jason Tatum. Light-skinned brother with the good hair. You know, he debuted his first Jordan brand shoe, and my man went straight double nickel like Jordan in the All-Star game. It may not have counted because nobody plays defense in the All-Star game. But, yo, when you drop a double nickel in the All-Star game, you got to let them know what's up. JT, let them know, bro.
Tying 3 for points in an All-Star game. Tatum been doing it this entire second half.
10 for 18 from beyond the arc.
There's a reason why he's one of the front runners for that MVP of the regular season. Started off the season hot, too.
As did the Celtics. A 20-5 start.
BA.
Tatum dunks it down. Jason Tatum looking up front for Embiid. Mitchell with a steal. Defense. Mark that down, Candace. First defensive moment of the day. Tatum will do the same.
Was that a message? Was that a message, Rick?
The world. Well, you got to play a little defense here.
I don't want to injure nobody.
Good
I don't want to injure nobody.
Hey, you can finish your question now.
The global game versus the United States players at this point.
I'm telling you, that's a matchup.
They're going at one another, right?
Anthony Edwards on the floor on Team LeBron, De'Aaron Fox Brown, there goes Tatum. Ooh, somehow saved that lob. Twice Team Giannis has won quarters. Donations to raise the future. Nice.
Here's the alley from Sabonis. The oop finish by Tatum.
Damian Lillard checks in here. Sabonis is out and Tatum. Go ahead, Jason.
Jason Tatum dropping 55 numbers in an All-Star game, which is an All-Star game record. Jason Tatum representing for the Black Mamba. Yo, stop playing. All right, let's go to number one. Number one on this episode of Stop Playing. Stop playing. Yo, Mac McClung. Yo, my man probably had one of the best weekends ever. Yo, my man went from the G League to getting a two-way contract to being in the NBA dunk contest and getting a shoe deal with Puma all in the same weekend. My man was getting to the bag and was making sure he got himself some notoriety as well. My man put on a show in Salt Lake City for the fans in Utah with this performance in the dunk contest. Yo, Mac McClung, let him know what's up.
Hold the other guy. Some point he gonna go down. Oh, that's a 50. See how everyone's standing, including us? And a reverse.
Here comes McClung. Oh! Yes, Hezzy. That's a Hezzy. Oh! It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It is over, ladies and gentlemen. It is a wrap.
Mac McClung going crazy and finishing things off with the 540? Come on, man. Stop playing, Mac McClung. Yo, you did your thing in the dunk contest. Mad respect, okay? Going from G League to, yo, I'm going to the big leagues and making sure I put on a show right here in All-Star Weekend, man. Yo, Mac McClung, stop playing, all right? Yo, that's this episode of Stop Playing, man. Y'all make sure y'all come on back. We're going to take a quick time out. One more again. We're going to go ahead and give you the championship speech of the week and make sure you're fearless, focused, and ferocious for the week to come and get you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically prepared to make sure you champion this thing called life. Come on back on the other side with more of what you came here for on TCL, baby. What's going on, family? Welcome back inside the Champions Lounge. Listen, I appreciate you guys, man. This has been a great episode once again with you guys, and I appreciate the continued support that is the brand that is right here. So yeah, I definitely appreciate my wife and Q doing a thing to make sure they help me make sure this thing called TCL gets out to you guys. All right, I need you guys to like, comment, and share. Subscribe to the YouTube channel that is the Champions Lounge. Like I said earlier, we doubled in our subscribers all in the last week and a half or so. So I appreciate you guys' continued support of the Champions Lounge because we're going from good to great to elite right here on TCL, baby. I need you guys to also follow us on IG at @the_champions_lounge as well. We're building a platform so that we can go continue to expand our horizons and make sure we help build this thing up called TCL. All right, because we ain't regular. Please get the hoodie. Don't play with me. All right, I ain't with none of it, and I'll with all the smoke. All right, y'all can come find me. Y'all know where. No, please don't come find me. I got a family to take care of. Okay, I don't got time for that. But support my family, support Black business by making sure y'all go ahead and get you guys the Champions Lounge hoodie. All right, y'all know it's still cold out here, and it's good to go ahead and rock you guys a nice solid hoodie. All right, support your brother. $30. I'm gonna have the Etsy store on the show notes, also on the YouTube channel, also on the IG page as well. Y'all don't got no excuse why y'all can't get you a nice hoodie. All right, that's the promo. Y'all go ahead and share with everybody. Tell your uncles, tell your aunts, tell your cousins, tell everybody. Make sure y'all go ahead and get a hoodie and make sure you go ahead and support TCL. All right. Appreciate you guys. Listen, it's that time of the show. I get you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically prepared to be fearless, focused, and ferocious for the week to come. It's time for the championship speech of the week. So we got the championship speech of the week, and we had talked about it earlier on the show where, we get to the point in life where it's time to turn the page. And for a lot of us, and you think about page, you think about books, you think about, well, those of us that like to read books anyway. I like books and I like to read occasionally, but it has to be something that I'm interested in investing my time into, right? Most of the time for a lot of us, like, hey, 10, 15 minutes, got a 10, 15 page book, I can read that. 30 page book, I can read that, right? So you think about books when you think about pages, right? In every book, there are plenty of pages, from notebooks, you got brochures, you got paperback books, you got history books, you got the whole nine, right? It's amazing that it's extremely easy to turn the page of a physical book. But we often have the hardest time turning the page of our lives, different seasons of our lives, right? When different things happen in our lives, we have a hard time like, hey, this is the season of my life where things change, or this was one of possibly a defining moment. I was in service a couple of nights ago, and the preacher came, was talking about, hey, this is a defining moment. And a lot of times we miss those defining moments because we don't want to turn the page. We want to stay stuck in our turmoil. We want to stay stuck in our trials. We want to stay stuck in our trauma. But a lot of the times we have to get to the point within ourselves where, hey, it's that time for me to turn this particular page, all right? We remain stuck on yesterdays instead of taking advantage of today. And I'm not saying that it's time for us to just easily bypass what happened yesterday. Those things, we need Jesus and we need counseling, honestly. We all do. And we can't front and act like I can handle it all by myself, because honestly, if you can handle it all by yourself, you probably, and we all probably, would be in a better spot, in a better position within our own mental, spiritual, emotional, and psychological place in our life, right? Keep it a bean, keep it a buck, okay? That, sometimes we stay stuck on our yesterdays instead of really focusing on the today. What I could bring to the table, how I could be more effective, how I could be a better brother, sister, cousin, mother, father, whatever the case might be for you. That we've presented this facade of what we want to be to others, when really there's a better us, as long as we have the courage to turn that page. This isn't to say that letting go of yesterdays is going to be easy, because it's not. Some situations and circumstances in our lives turn us from being the aggressor to the regressor, from the aggressive to the passive, from the driven to the depressed, from the willing to the doubtful, and from the relentless to the regretful. But we all have to do our part in making sure we turn the page. We no longer are passive. We no longer allow our passivity to stop us from producing any activity within our lives, so that we're no longer just passive. We're more assertive. We use our grit that God has given unto all of us, so that we can execute what his God-given purpose, plan, and assignment is for all of our lives. So listen, I encourage all of us, in spite of whatever is going on, whatever it is that has happened last week, tonight, or the week to come, let's have the courage to turn the page, because someone is looking for you to have some type of assertiveness, grit, and to be able to execute, again, the purpose, the plan, and the assignment that you've been placed on this earth to provide, to bring help and solace to someone else. All right? Listen, y'all, it's your chill brother from another Mr. All About My Biz. I told y'all, I'm about my business. Y'all see I got the hoodie. Y'all see we got TCL back and going again. We ain't taking no prisoners out here. You feel me? All right, we about handling our business. Until next time, I'm signing out. Listen, y'all be safe. Y'all be easy. Until next time, I'm out.